Chinle Wildcats in the 3A North Region Basketball Tournament for 2023. The starting lineup being introduced for the designated visitors. Josiah Harvey has been introduced. Shea Burbank for the Wildcats. Delaney Bahi. There is Cashin White, and the fifth starter getting introduced right now by the public address announcer. That's Nate DeHosey, and it's Tegan Hallwood introduced. Let's hear Paige, and let's hear it from Nate DeHosey.
Now let's meet the starting lineup for the designated home team, the Page Sand Devils. This afternoon's starting lineup, at guard, a senior number 1, Kyan Tate. At guard, a senior number 3, Orlando Yazzie. At guard, a senior number 15, Jimmy Alvarez. At guard, a freshman, number 20, Joseph Bonali. And playing the post position, a sophomore, number 33, Tyree Stingley. This is the starting lineup for the Page Sand Devils head coach, Justin Smith. The officials for today's game have been assigned by the Arizona Interscholastic Association. They are Tommy Puglioma, Ryan Anderson, and Ryan Eka.
Ready for some basketball, everybody? Because I know we are. And the Page Sand Devils, who earned the number 2 seed for the regular season, by finishing second behind Monument Valley in the regular season, they will line up in their home white uniforms, and the opening tip controlled by Josiah Harvey and the Wildcats. They get it first. We're underway, the crowd building here. In the building at Chinle High School, the Wildcat Den, bounce pass inside, beautiful Delaney Bahi delivery inside to Josiah Harvey. That shot's off the mark and rebounded by Tyree Stingley, the rebound for the Sand Devils. Here's Kyan Tate to Stingley at the top of the key, guarded by Josiah Harvey, and they'll do a switch. Orlando Yazzie on the outside. Jimmy Alvarez, the lob, and it's tipped from the backside. Good defense, help defense by Tegan Hallwood. And it's going to belong to Page after the Wildcats kick the ball.
Sand Devils ball.
Good defense by Tegan, and then there's the little kick save opportunity for Delaney Bahi. Well, that works in soccer and it works in hockey. Doesn't work in basketball. Alvarez, and the turnaround is no good for Tyree Stingley. There's Harvey for the rebound, and a long pass up the floor is stolen back by Orlando Yazzie. Orlando, a senior for this Sand Devils club, was the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game 2 years ago when the Sand Devils won the state championship. He was just a sophomore, but what an amazing championship game against Snowflake that he delivered for the Sand Devils, who won the championship, the first ever state championship for the Sand Devil boys. And he couldn't find anybody on the inbound. 5 seconds.
Wildcats ball.
Chinle takes over with 6:48 on the clock in the first quarter, and still no score here in this matchup between the number 2 seeded Page Sand Devils and number 3 Chinle. Tegan Hallwood picks up the dribble inside to Cashin White. The quick turnaround, could not get it by Tyree Stingley. That's going to be a great matchup as Stingley works to try and stop the low post game of Cashin White. Both of them are so fast.
Fouls on number 1, Josiah Harvey.
That is going to be first foul of the game on Josiah Harvey, everybody.
First team foul, Sand Devils ball.
Orlando Yazzie to throw in and delivers to Jimmy Alvarez. Alvarez with a head fake, and then he tries to step around on the baseline, step around Shea Burbank, who gets called for the block.
Fouls on number 11.
Two quick fouls on
his first. Wildcats.
On the Wildcats.
Sand Devils ball.
Yazzie to throw in. Wide open, but unable to hit that little shot off the glass was Tyree Stingley. Offensive rebound for the Sand Devils and then knocked out of bounds by Harvey. Orlando Yazzie is on the baseline trying to survey the court and see if he can get an inbound pass, and the official wants him on the sideline. And that's where he goes eventually. And he's able to beat the 5-second count to get it in. And the jump shot is no good for Joey Benali. Here come the Wildcats. And more great Sand Devil defense early. Orlando Yazzie and Joey Benali combining to get the ball away from Delaney Bahi. Not an easy task to accomplish. And they're going to throw it right back. Two receivers in the neighborhood. That's, Super Bowl Sunday, so we can talk a little football here. Your quarterback does not like to see two receivers in the same area. Throw it over there. And they're both thinking, well, that's for the other guy. And that's exactly what we saw right there, so it's incomplete. And the lob, Harvey's lob is stolen by Tyree Stingley. He'll get it on the angle right side, guarded by Shea Burbank. Toward the corner, left side. Orlando Yazzie inside, power move, and that's no good for Stingley, but hard-working offensive rebound for Joey Benali. And then Orlando Yazzie fumbling around with the ball. He regained his composure and put it off the glass for the first points of the game. Took 2.5 minutes to get those first points. In the paint, Bahi going to get a return pass. And nicely done, Delaney. You kind of feel like Delaney's been a little frustrated early on. That pesky defense by the Sand Devils keeping him from getting a start. As we watch a player control foul called on Tyree Stingley. First Sand Devil foul today. Kind of had that sense that Delaney was getting a little frustrated a bit. And then he did a great job to get his first points of the game. And you watch Stingley. Remember, you can be moving defensively if you have established defensive position. And you can go laterally. That's what we had explained to us yesterday by one of the great AIA officials from out here in Navajo country. We're talking about Neil Yazzie. More great Sand Devil defense, a steal by Joey Benali. And he gives it to Orlando Yazzie, and he and his guys set it up. Nolan McCormick on the floor for the Sand Devils. And he came across the baseline. Kyan Tate thought he might stop a little bit
Wildcats ball.
more centrally located under the basket, but he kept coming across, and the ball goes behind him out of bounds. 2-2 the game. The score, the Sand Devils designated home team for this, in front right now. Cash and White tried to sneak one up over the top. And that's going to be a little bit of a chess match there on how you get your shot away if you're Cash and White. So quick, so fast, but he gives up a little size to Tyree Stingley underneath. So he is going to have to do things like that, kind of make that quick move and sneak it up there before Tyree can react. The problem is, that doesn't come out of your hands all that smoothly in that last effort by Cash, and that's what you saw. He gets it again, working against Stingley. Back outside. Hand off to Teagan Hallwood. Teague will drive off the glass, no good there. Stingley the rebound for the Sand Devils. Orlando Yazzie. So the guy assigned to guard Orlando is Josiah Harvey. It's interesting to me as Stingley gets free. I don't know who's covered him right now. It was Shea Burbank earlier, but Shea was out on top on that last set. The nearest guy was Teagan Hallwood, but I can't imagine that's what Coach Mendoza wants. Maybe that's why they called timeout, trying to reset everything and figure out some assignments out there. And so a timeout taken by The Wildcats, everybody. A quick word in from our presenting sponsors of Northland Basketball. That's Choice Broadband. Stand by.
You may qualify for free internet with Choice Broadband. If you already have Choice Tribal Lifeline, then you may also qualify for a free internet connection with the Affordable Connectivity Program. Visit one of our Choice NTUA wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/ACP and get qualified for a free internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Back to the action from the Wildcat timeout. 3:30 on the clock, first quarter. Tied at 2, everybody. A very slow offensive start, but really some great defense being played by both of these squads. Here's a pass inside, more great defense. Normally that's going to find Cash and White pretty easily, but Tyree Stingley making up some ground there and tipping it out of bounds. So a couple of interesting comments on our YouTube feed that I'll talk about in a moment. As the Wildcats run a great inbound play to Josiah Harvey. Josiah, who was mentioned by his number in the comments a moment ago. I'll tell you about that after we record Orlandon Yazi's basket. So somebody says number 1 on Chinle got to lower his shorts. Volleyball ended like 2 or 3 months ago. So apparently apparently Josiah's shorts riding a little high, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what the fashion is these days for high school basketball. Here is a nice feed to Nolan McCormick. Sand Devils grab the lead again, 6-4. Tegan Hallwood guarded by Kyan Tate to Delaney Bahi. The wraparound, he thought his guy was going, and he didn't. Kyan Tate did. Passes right to Kyan. So early turnovers by the Wildcats, preventing them from getting any real rhythm going on offense. And there's Tegan Hallwood getting his first foul of the game.
His first. Wildcats.
3 fouls on the Wildcats, 1 team foul on the Sand Devils. As good a defense as these two teams are playing in this first quarter, first 6 minutes, I'm a little surprised we haven't seen more whistles. Heard more whistles, I guess, would be the explanation, right? You don't see them. Inside, Stingley, nice move. He's got that wingspan and he's got the stretch with the legs. I mean, he covers a lot of ground with the step. Tyree's got his first points of the game. He was the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game yesterday. There's the move by Cashin White. But Cashin he's got to release so quickly because he's playing a defender who is uncommonly fast for what he's used to seeing. And a good move by Cashin. Orlandon Yazi into the paint and a blocking foul on the Wildcats. And the guy that committed the foul is Shea Burbank. 2 fouls on Shea now.
Orlandon Yazi at the line for the Sand Devils.
Both the Wildcats and the Sand Devils are going to get subs in the game after this. Foul shot by Orlandon.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 23.
So that one's good. And into the game comes Joshua Key, replaces Burbank. And back into the game is Joey Benali. He replaced Kyan Tate for the Sand Devils. And that foul shot is good for Orlandon Yazi. So, here come the Wildcats to the baseline. It's Delaney Bahi. Now Tegan Hallwood for 3. The pull-up is no good. He got open. Cashin White the rebound. And Cashin, boy, he tried to go around Tyree, and he got cut right off. And that jump shot no good for Delaney. Long outlet. Sand Devils pull it back. Shot on the way. Off the mark. And out of bounds on the shot missed by Maximus Reed. Max coming into the game for the Sand Devils. Maximus along with Orlandon Yazi, Joey Benali, Tyree Stingley, and Nolan McCormick to finish out the final minute and 6 of the first quarter for Justin Smith and the Sand Devils. Head coach Justin Smith. It's one of those coaches that kind of gets, Coach Smith kind of gets to coach whenever, wherever he wants. He was the Lady Sand Devil coach for a long time, brought them championships. became the boys' coach, brought them a championship. Went to Tuba City last year, now back to Page. And after some miscues on offense and a turnover, Tyree Stingley's all alone to make the Wildcats pay for their lack of ball handling on that last possession. Shot clock 1 second different than the game clock, and that one is going to be tipped out. Last touch by Cash and White. Well, that guy right there on your screen, Tyree Stingley, is doing a terrific job negating early on anyway the effectiveness of Cashin around the basket. Remember yesterday, Cashin scored the first 15 points of the game. If I'm not mistaken, it was the first 15 points of the game for the Wildcats in the victory in the first round of this region tournament. And Tyree's defense has kept him from getting anything like that going today. There's a travel called on Teagan. That's a good call. Teagan picked up the dribble, I think, about a step too early.
Out of bounds. Sand Devils ball.
Final second ticking off now in the first quarter. And it does tick down. And we do get to the end of the first quarter. And we're going to get a word in from our presenting sponsors of Northland Basketball and the 3A North Region Basketball Tournament. That is the one and only Choice Broadband, everybody. We'll get that word in, and we'll follow that with a word from Sholo Ford. We'll do that and then return for the second quarter here at the Wildcat Den. Our score, page 12, Chinle 6. We're back with more of the tournament right after this. Stand by.
With Choice Broadband, you can now get an even better internet plan for your home. Our fastest speeds are only $49.99 per month for the first 6 months. You can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband network for our lowest price yet. Visit one of our Choice NTUA wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Max your tax. Max your tax refund with the car guys you know and can trust at Sholo Ford and Sholo. Take advantage of Guy Hatch's special volume pricing, Ford factory incentives, and max your tax refund to lower your payments. Max your tax and defer your payment. Max your tax as a down payment. Max your tax to max your trade allowance. Max your tax and get in that vehicle of your dreams. Sholo Ford will show you how. Whatever you're looking for, we probably have it in stock. Not only new Fords, but affordable cash cards to monster trucks, most makes and models. At Sholo Ford, we have the inventory and selection, with shipments coming in every day to help the demand that comes at tax refund time. Because there's no better time to buy, because you can max your tax. Max your tax refund. Lower your payment, defer it, or add it to your trade. And here at Sholo Ford, we'll help you with every step of the way. Check us out on the east end of the Deuce or at SholoFord.com.
Back in to start the second quarter. We're 35 seconds into the period. And here come the Wildcats with the basketball. Cash and White is on the baseline. He got by Stingley, and I think that's the time when you got to try to take advantage of your opportunities. But Kyan Tate got in front of him to cut that off, so he sent it outside. And there's Josiah Harvey knocking down the long-range two-point jump shot. And the Wildcats get to within 4.
Tyree Stingley.
But Tyree has an answer. Stingley with 6 points now in the first half, 14-8. Our scores. We get the second quarter underway. Northland Basketball and the 3A North Region Basketball Tournament is brought to you by Choice Broadband. Bounce pass inside. And the shot is going to be no good for Joshua Key. Wildcats have Joshua and Josiah Harvey, Antoine Bahi, Teagan Hallwood, and Cash and White on the floor. There's a drive and a stop in the paint. And traveling on Bryce Williams.
Checking back in for the Sanders, Orlando Yazi.
Bryce Williams along with Orlando Yazi, who now just came into the game for Joey Benali. Now Bryce will leave. He is replaced by Maximus Reed in the game. The other starters for this second quarter are Kyan Tate, Nolan McCormick, and Tyree Stingley for the Sand Devils. 6:12 on the clock. Second quarter. At halftime, the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. Hand check on the baseline. Foul on Page. And I believe that's Kyan Tate. And if you...
Number 1, Kyan Tate is first.
2 team fouls right now on the Sand Devils. The Wildcats have 4 team fouls. Orlando Yazzie, a little trouble in backcourt. He'll bring it across. Under 6 minutes left in the first half. 2 teams battling for a chance to play for the championship tomorrow. Championship game is at 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Here comes Cashin up the floor. Big fella. Trying to push it up quickly, and then on a return pass, he got the last hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. The Sand Devils will have it. Well, the Wildcats are playing. The body language isn't the best right now. They're a little bit flat and maybe frustrated. Down 6 right now. They need a spark, and maybe that will come from the guy that's about to come back into the lineup. Delaney Bahi will check in here on this dead ball, but first a Sand Devil foul. Nope, that's going to be on the Wildcats. Wildcats, Antoine Bahi. First foul on him in the game. Here comes Delaney into the game, and as I said, maybe this guy right here, number 20, can provide the lift. When he gets the range down from outside, he can start knocking down those threes with the best of them. And he does so many other great things. The ball handling, the dribble drive and penetration dish, all the stuff that he does. Well, he's going to get the ball and get in trouble. And with the Sand Devils grabbing a handful of basketball, Coach Smith calls timeout to take this possession away from the Wildcats. So timeout taken out there. I want to thank our sponsoring partners of our broadcast coverage. Live video coverage on both our Sports Zone Radio YouTube and Facebook channels, also on the Sports Zone Radio mobile app. So thank you, everybody, for being with us there. And thank you to the people that make it possible, beginning with Choice Broadband, our presenting sponsors of Northland basketball. Thank you as well goes out to Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. They are going to bring you the halftime report coming up in a little bit. Thanks to Sholo Ford joining us here in the month of February for Northland basketball here at the Sports Zone. Thank you, Sholo Ford. Thanks goes out to our presenting sponsors of the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game, White Mountain Regional Medical Center. And I will also mention Holbrook Family Dentistry. Holbrook Family Dentistry, they are going to give away that Devin Booker jersey tomorrow, Phoenix Suns jersey tomorrow. We'll give it away here during our broadcast coverage. There's Josiah Harvey's second foul of the game.
His second, Wildcats 16 foul.
Antoine Bahi checks out, and Stefan Antone checks in for the Wildcats. He's going to guard the inbound pass. Jimmy Alvarez throws it in, gets it in. Nolan McCormick for the Sand Devils. I just shared a moment with that young man who checked in, Stefan Antone. He heard his name right there in front of me. Brought a little smile. A little acknowledgement back and forth. I like that. Orlando Yazzie in the corner. Here's Kyan Tate. Drive, shot. That's going to be off. Tipped, controlled. There is Stefan Antone. Wildcat rebound. And Josiah traveling out. Yeah, I saw that. Saw that. It came to a stop in the back foot. It's like, you know when you hit the brakes and you're on a little bit of soft stuff and you skip a little bit. That's kind of what happened right there. Josiah. Orlando, the drive. And that's going to go in. That's a great move by Orlando. Now that can be interpreted as traveling, depending on who the official is. And if it were me and I had a whistle, I think I would wait to the end result. And if I liked it, the shot looked good, I think I might just let him have it. A great move by Antone on the baseline. Pretty good pass that found him as well. 16-10. Sand Devils lead right now, past the halfway mark of the first half. Northland basketball presented by Choice Broadband. A steal for Delaney Bahi and a nice lay-in. That's Delaney Bahi's effect on the game. (16-12). At the top, ball tipped, controlled by Kyan Tates. Alvarez, he drives, and he's on his way to the foul line. Wildcat foul. Oh boy, Josiah Harvey just registered his third foul of the game. So Coach Mendoza will scan his bench. I see him scanning right now. Well, he's not, but he's not making a move. Here's Alvarez. Look at this move again. Travel? No travel. On the drive. Maybe. I mean, it looks good, though. I mean, it looks so good. You kind of got to reward the guy. So that was Orlando on that last replay. Tyree Stingley comes back to the floor for the Sand Devil lineup. He replaces Nolan McCormick. Stingley, along with Alvarez and Benali. Orlando Yazzie. And for the Sand Devils, Maximus Reed is into the game. Wildcats inside Josiah. He might have traveled again, got away with that one. Nice pass. And the bucket is good for Joshua Key. Josiah with a nice delivery to throw his man open under the basket and get the shot. 4-point difference right here. Maximus fumbled, got it back. And this pass is going to sail through and go out of bounds. Well, they say that it was touched by. They say it was touched by the Wildcats. Yeah, the Wildcats. Everybody out there. Sand Devils thought it was Wildcats ball. Wildcats thought it was Wildcats ball. The official said no. It was a fingertip on there. Inbound. That's going to go through Tyree's hands into Alvarez's mitts, and then over to shovels a pass to Orlando, and he just patiently kind of works his way in for the basket. Delaney, miss. Out of the tip. Delaney would not be denied. Bahi knew, I mean, it's like you could see that he knew he didn't put enough on it the first time, and he summoned up a lot of extra strength and went right back after it. Nice tip in traffic by Delaney. There's a rebound for Orlando Yazzie. Outside, Joey Benali for three, and that's short of the mark. Did Teagan get a hand on it? Delaney pushing. And it's out of bounds off of Bahi. And Delaney and Teagan are having a heated moment right now. A little frustration because it's just the rhythm isn't there. He thought Teagan was going to be coming toward the basket, giving him an option as he was coming up the left side. 20-16, Sand Devils in front, under 2 minutes remaining in the first half. The Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime comes up at the break. On the way from the corner, that jump shot is going to come off for Max Reed. That's no good. Whistle, foul. Alvarez gets called for the foul. Well, that is only foul number 3 on the Sand Devils, and they have been distributed amongst 3 different guys. Page, likelihood is going to go into the second half with just absolutely no concerns at all when it comes to fouls. Josiah Harvey has 3 fouls. So we watch Cashin. How did that thing go in? I mean, he had to force that thing up there, which he did. And I mean, that was a flat, straight trajectory, and it somehow it hit off the glass perfect and went in for Cashin. Just getting creative, I guess, in the way that he has to work against the tough defense of Tyree Stingley, and there's a rebound for the Wildcats. Chance to tie the game right here. Minute 2 left in the half. Inside, Cashin. A lot of contact right there as the ball gets knocked out by Stingley, and now a call. I think Tyree might have fouled him on the play before that, or the moment before that. And now he gets his second foul, so he goes to the bench. Coach Smith in the final 55 seconds did not want to get him into trouble. See, I think right there could have been a foul. Well, there was a foul. Right before that, there was some contact. So Stingley will sit the final most of 1 minute. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Tried to turn the mic off. There's a personal foul called. And it's McCormick.
That was number 13, Nolan McCormick, his first. St. Nova's 15th foul. Wildcats.
49 seconds remain in the half. Chance for the Wildcats to tie the game. Inbound. Controlled by Chinle. And Antoine Bahi throws it into backcourt. Look at Nolan McCormick beats Cashin back there. And McCormick, I mean, he blew right by him and got the 2 points. It's a big mistake going into halftime. Bahi, can he make up for it? Drive, nope, player control foul. I mean, look at the speed by McCormick. Two fouls now on Antoine. Delaney comes back for the final 28 seconds. He is going to replace Antoine. So 22-18 our score. Going into the halftime break. At the end of the broadcast, we announced the Sports Zone Radio's player of the game. That's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. Here is Orlandon with it. A nice crossover, and between the defenders. Too strong on the shot. And then, hold on, out of bounds. The official says out of bounds to the Sand Devils. I guess they're going to say that somewhere in there that was touched out by the Wildcats. Tipped out.
No basket.
Foul on the inbound, offensive foul on Bryce Williams. So now 10 seconds remain in the first half. The Wildcats could really use. Here's the inbound. That was a little too much of a slow roll on the inbound. All right, here comes the clock. 8 seconds, 7 seconds. Teagan, hands off. Delaney, 3 seconds. He's going to drive, the jump stop, and the shot off the glass is good to beat the buzzer. Well, that's a big 2-point basket right there in a game that has been marked by great defense on both sides. To be able to come back into this thing and get it to 2 points, Wildcats got to feel good about that. What a great game. The first game this morning, that was a terrific game. A comeback in the fourth quarter for the Alchesay Lady Falcons to get a 1-point win over Window Rock. And now this one shaping up to be another great matchup in the second game of the semifinals today. 2 more after this, a girls game and then a boys game to wrap up today's action from the Wildcat Den. So we go into halftime and we get you ready for the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report. I want to remind you of what I said earlier, that next year the Sports Zone is going to introduce the Sports Zone's Friday Night Football Show Hall of Fame during football season. And also our Northland Basketball Hall of Fame or Ring of Honor or whatever we end up calling that. Maybe you can even help us name that, but give us suggestions. But we're going to do that next year, and we're going to start to induct some of these great legendary players we have had the privilege of covering over the many years we've done Northland basketball and our coverage of the Navajo Nation and the White Mountains. We're going to start to honor these young men and women each year with new inductees, and so we're going to start that next year. And if you'd like, tomorrow during our broadcast coverage, you can start to nominate some people you think, some young people you think are deserving of that. Let us know who you think ought to be in our inaugural elected class of Hall of Famers that we name next year. And I don't know how many we'll do in the first year. We'll come up with that. Maybe we do like 5 and 5, like 5 boys, 5 girls, kind of an all-time 5 to start it, and then we will. Every year we will bring new kids into that. So that's what we're going to do next year. I think it's going to be great. I think you'll love it, and we would love you to participate in that. Also, you get a chance to help us select the Northland Basketball All-Star teams. We'll play the Northland Basketball games, boys and girls games, at a site yet to be named, and do that coming up in June, the first week of June. This year. So we're going to resume that after taking last year off. It's really the last 2 years due to the pandemic and the shutdowns. We we're unable to bring you the All-Star games. But we will once again bring you those All-Star games coming in June this year, and you can help us select those teams. So we love your participation. We love you to help us identify these deserving young men and women that we get to cover with Northland basketball. So that's how you can win a Phoenix Suns jersey tomorrow, by starting to nominate kids to be in the, players who have graduated and have been a part of it, okay? Yeah? One more? Okay. Third quarter. Sorry about that. We're gonna just talking with somebody who's going to join us on our broadcast coming up in the third period. Everybody. Meanwhile, let's grab a timeout and get you ready for the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report in Game 2 of our broadcast coverage today from the Wildcat Den. The Page boys lead Chinle 22-20. We're back in a moment with the breakdown. More Northland basketball. It's all brought to you by Choice Broadband. Stand by, everybody.
With Choice Broadband, you can now get an even better internet plan for your home. Our fastest speeds are only $49.99 per month for the first 6 months. You can work, stream, surf, and play with the full power of our broadband network for our lowest price yet. Visit one of our Choice NTUA wireless locations nearest you to get started. Give us a call at 928-730-2273 or go online now to choice-wireless.com/broadband and order your home internet connection today. Choice NTUA Wireless. Navajo owned, Navajo proud.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland Basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
It's the President's Day sales event at Sholo Ford. President's Day savings. That's money, all month long on new Fords, certified Fords, and the White Mountain's best selection of pre-owned. Combine Sholo Ford's volume pricing with the huge factory incentives for unprecedented savings. One-stop shopping at its best. Make Sholo Ford your first stop. And when you see the pricing, we think you will make it your only stop. Shop our on-the-ground inventory with shipments also arriving daily. Come in now and apply Ford's President's Day sales event incentives to save even more. Still want more savings? Max your tax refund to lower your payment. Defer your payment. Maximize your trade value. Our expert staff will guide you on the best way to maximize incentives and savings. There is no reason to wait. It's the President's Day sales event all month long, and at Sholo Ford, we will help you every step of the way. Check us out on the east end of the Deuce or SholoFord.com.
Happy New Year from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tint. Just in time for our Valentine's special, we are introducing our new business partner, Cattleman's Steakhouse. Yeehaw! With every insured replacement, you can take your sweetheart out for the best prime rib on the mountain. Or choose salmon, sirloin steak, cod, pork chops, chicken, or a variety of other delicious dinners.
You are the best, honey.
And with the Valentine's special, you also get 2 movie tickets to the WME theaters. And this year, you could take your Valentine to a VIP experience to see the King of Country, George Strait, live in concert. That's right, we're giving away 2 premium VIP tickets to see George Strait, Chris Stapleton, and Little Big Town live in Phoenix, including VIP parking.
Yes!
Don't miss out on our best Valentine special.
536-5972 Mountain Mobile Auto Glass Cashback. Woohoo!
Welcome to the Mountain Mobile Halftime. A complete first half breakdown of tonight's Sports Zone Radio Game of the Week broadcast. This is the Mountain Mobile Halftime.
Yeah, just go ahead and ignore the football footage there on the halftime open, okay? It's basketball. And at halftime, Stephen Antone, how you doing? Good luck. Shared a moment with him during the game a moment ago, so I just thought I'd give him some knuckles as he comes over to get some water. Chinle returns from the locker room here. The halftime report. It's brought to you by Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and Tints. How about we give you the numbers on a low-scoring first half, defensive struggle, two great defenses. The Page Sand Devils lead Chinle 22-20. Page, the number 2 seed, Chinle, the number 3 seed for the boys. Coming up in just a little bit, it's going to be the number 1 seeded Monument Valley Lady No, I can't say that. I'm not supposed to say that. It's the number 1 seeded Monument Valley Mustangs girls team is going to take on. The Monument Valley Mustang girls team is going to take on the. They are going to battle the number 4 seeded Chinle Lady Wildcats. So that's coming up in a little bit later on tonight. In the final game, the 4th game of our broadcast coverage today, the final semifinal, it's the number 1 Monument Valley boys are going to be taking on the number 4 Tuba City Warriors. So that's what our action looks like today, everybody. So thank you for spending a little bit of time, and again, the numbers from the first half. The only guy in double figures is Orlando Yazzie. He plays for the Sand Devils. He's got 10 points. Tyree Stingley with 6 points. Millen McCormick has 4. And Jimmy Alvarez with 2 points for the Sand Devils. On the other side, high point man is Delaney Bahi. Got a real slow start, but Delaney chipped in 6 points in the second quarter. He's got 8 points for the Wildcats. Josiah Harvey with 4 points, but more importantly, 3 personal fouls. And Cashin White has 4 points for the Wildcats. Stephen Antone contributed 2 points, and Joshua Key also with 2 points for Chinle. And that will wrap up the Mountain Mobile Auto Glass halftime report, everybody. We're about to get rolling here with the second half of this one. If you win today, you get to the championship tomorrow night at 7 o'clock. Second half to begin here at the Wildcat Den, everybody. Our score, Chinle 20, Page 22, Chinle 20 as we get the second half underway. Northland basketball is presented by Choice Broadband. Wildcats with Cashin White, Stephen Antone, Tegan Hallwood, Delaney Bahi, and Shea Burbank to start the second half. Shea has got some foul trouble. Burbank with a couple of fouls in the first half. Josiah Harvey, who does not start the second half, has 3 personal fouls, but there's Cashin White start the scoring in the second half. We're all tied, everybody, 22-22. And the Sand Devils take over the ball. Orlando Yazzie in the corner outside to Kyan Tate. Jimmy Alvarez on the floor. Joey Benali and Tyree Stingley are the second half starting 5. And a Shea Burbank foul. That's his third foul of the game.
Shea Burbank, his third. Wildcats' first team foul. Jimmy Alvarez at the line for the Sand Devils, shooting 2.
Jimmy Alvarez. How about Alvarez? He throws a knuckleball up there. I mean, there's just no spin whatsoever on that ball. Watch this. Watch this. You can make a living playing Major League Baseball if you can throw a baseball like this. Here's Alvarez. Didn't get that first one. And this one's going to roll off the rim, but Tyree Stingley for the offensive rebound. Kept alive by he and Alvarez and Sand Devils. Stingley inside. Cashin White got a hand on it, knocked it away. And Tegan Hallwood comes out, but he did not see Orlando behind him. Yazzie takes it away. Spin, Stingley, shot, no good. There's Tegan Hallwood on the rebound. And Orlandon again. How many times today has he done that? He does it on back-to-back Wildcat possessions. Did it once or twice in the first half. Orlandon is just kind of lurking around there, and he's making these great defensive plays when guys don't account for him. They don't see him. And you see now Stingley get up limping off toward the defensive end. Stingley gets his third foul with that. I think he's going to limp his way to the bench. That is no bueno. Tyree Stingley in a lot of pain going to the bench for the Sand Devils. Backdoor cut. Tegan was just trying to force that one, trying to will that one up there, but the shot is no good. More good defense by the Sand Devils. Nolan McCormick in the paint. That's a nice little jump shot by Nolan.
Nolan McCormick.
It ends up being the first second half points for the Sand Devils. And McCormick with another good play. Scored a moment ago, now makes the defensive play. Orlandon Yazzie's pass, stolen by Delaney Bahi. And you see the finish. Delaney's got 10 points. Tied again, everybody, 24 apiece. Yazzie, drive, look at him go between everybody. Now, he did take the extra step right there, but I think the officials were like me. They were just kind of transfixed on what was developing. It was a great effort by Orlandon. He went between 4 defenders on his way to try and make that basket. Delaney's three-point try, no good. Tipped around, and Benelli has the rebound for the Sand Devils. Here's Orlandon Yazzie. And left side, Jimmy Alvarez. Deep out there. Coming up in a little bit, I'm going to try and see if I can figure out a playoff scenario that could see a team that is right now inside the playoff bubble potentially get knocked out of the playoffs by one of these North Region teams here in the tournament as we see a player control foul. That is Joshua Key.
Number 23, Joshua Key, his first.
Sand Devils get the ball back. We'll see if they can move back in front again. It does appear that the Sholo Cougars could potentially get knocked out of the playoffs depending on the ability for Tuba City to upset Monument Valley today in the remaining boys semifinal here. It's a bounce pass inside. It's going to tip around, and it goes off Cashin out of bounds. He was a bit incredulous about it. I don't think he quite agreed. With the call, the Sand Devils will have it. They will bring Alvarez out of the game and Bryce Williams into the game. Depending on the new rankings, because of Sholo losing last night, the Cougars lost to Winslow. Winslow was ranked number 27, so the number 19 ranked Sholo Cougars, you would think, are going to be hurt by that. Probably drop a spot or two, or if they drop 3. And then if Tuba City can beat Monument Valley, well, there's a chance that the Tuba City Warriors, who are number 25, might get into the playoffs, might knock somebody like Sholo out, might knock Globe out. You know, there's some interesting potential with the final spot or 2 of the playoffs coming up. 24-24 our score, inbound for the Wildcats. Tegan brings it up. Josiah has come back into the game, and it's a pretty good job. I don't know how Cashin White kept possession of the basketball He was dribbling. His body was on one side of the defender. He was dribbling on the other side. He's got a lot of reach. Very long arms. Somehow he was able to turn that into a basket. Guess what? The Wildcats have gone in front here, 26-24. Max Reed in the corner. Now on the angle, Orlandon says, okay, I'll take this shot. Tried to get it over Josiah. It's no good. Tipped around, controlled by Nolan McCormick. Offensive rebound for the Sand Devils. No Tyree Stingley out there with his foul issues and potential injury. Oh, nice little alley-oop. Not for the dunk, but the points. Points are still good, and Wildcats have a 2-possession lead here. And there's no question that Tyree Stingley on the bench is a factor in all of that. Blocking foul. Stefan Antone gets called. Gets up a little woozy after that. First time he has been whistled in the game today. Stefan will check out while Shea Burbank comes back in for the Wildcats. Also back into the game is Joey Benali for the Sand Devils. And we'll get an inbound play. That shot no good. Shea Burbank with the cleanup for the Wildcats. They lead 28-24, everybody. Shea Burbank delivering a big shot here in the third quarter. How about the Wildcats coming out, outscoring Page 11-2 and forcing a Justin Smith timeout. So we'll grab a timeout as well, everybody. Northland basketball is presented by Choice Broadband. Back in a moment.
You know, it happens so often we just sometimes take it for granted. It really is quite outstanding if you think about it. And now at Sholo Ford, we're excited to tell you the Ford F-Series continued to be the best-selling truck in America for the 46th consecutive year in 2022. It outsold the Chevrolet Silverado, its closest competitor, by over 140,000 trucks. It outsold the number 3 brand, the Ram Trucks, by over 185,000 trucks. In fact, there was a new F-Series truck sold every 49 seconds in 2022. Now that's a lot of trucks. At Sholo Ford, we know that does not come by accident. Ford continues to take the lead in innovation. The F-150 Lightning, Ford's electric truck, was the #1 volume electric truck. Not only that, but we think Ford builds a pretty darn good-looking truck. And I guess America agrees. The proof is in the numbers. Come check them out at Sholo Ford. We're on the east end of the Deuce. Thank you. Numbers from Detroit Free Press, January 5th, 2023.
31-24, the Wildcats with the big run here in the quarter. On the inbound, we get a buzzer. Okay, so I think what they're doing is the issue is the shot clock. We're going to have, I think, 29 seconds on the shot clock. We got a minute 48. Now they'll put a second on the game clock. A minute 49 remaining in the third period. As we bring you back into Chinle High School for the 3A North Region Basketball Tournament. Northland basketball here at the Sports Zone is brought to you by Choice Broadband. My name is Floyd Simmons, and I am joined for a visit by the athletic director of Page High School. Megan Moore joins us. Well, hi, Megan.
Hey, Floyd.
How much fun are you having?
Oh, this is a blast.
Yeah?
Absolutely, yeah. This is good basketball. It's exciting competition.
It's a blast, but it's a lot of hard work, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Huge shout out to the Chinle AD, Lynette, looking back. She's done a fantastic job at coordinating everything, and we just get to be here and enjoy ourselves now.
Nolan McCormick commits a foul on Cashin White in the paint, so Cashin will go to the foul line. Well, how do you feel about the Sand Devil Boys Basketball Club? They're doing pretty good out there. They've run into a buzzsaw here in the quarter, and with Tyree Stingley on the bench, I don't know how he's doing, but I know he's got some foul trouble.
Yeah, they're playing good basketball out there. This whole year they've really improved on the season, and I'm really excited to see what they can do next week in the first round of playoffs as well. Right now we're seeded to play Chinle on Wednesday night, so this could just be a precursor to what's to come.
Yeah, no doubt. We'll see how it all shakes out. The AIA on Saturday will release the brackets.
Yeah, we're all sitting here just anxiously waiting to see what happens for next week.
And this is going to get lost out of bounds, this one. That is Jimmy Alvarez, who ends up losing the ball out on his dribble drive. 1:05 remaining in the third quarter. And an 8-point lead right now for the Wildcats. Well, you were over there near the bench. Is Tyree, is he doing okay?
Yeah, he told the trainers he was good to go. I think he just needed a little bit of rest and looked like he might have rolled an ankle. So hopefully we can get him out back on the floor here soon.
It was nothing big.
Nope, he seemed to be okay. Like he just needed a break to get healthy again just for a minute, and hopefully we can see him back out here pretty soon.
Well, he is going to return. When he does, he'll have 3 personal fouls, which, later in the game here is not that much of a factor. Final 40 seconds and another whistle, and there's a foul. I believe that's going to be Burbank, who will send McCormick to the line for a couple of shots. So Shea Burbank picks up now his fourth foul. So he's got all kinds of trouble. And Coach Mendoza is going to get him out of the game. Here comes Joshua Key to replace Shea for the final 40 seconds of the quarter. Well, how many years now for you? First year right now?
Yeah, this is my first year.
Okay. And tell me how the year is going for you overall.
It's a learning experience. I feel like every season a new can of worms opens, but we're dealing with it, and we're really excited for next season, next year.
And much like your ladies head basketball coach, Celeste Claw, Boca, much like her, you are a Sand Devil graduate yourself, aren't you?
I sure am. Yeah, Celeste and I actually graduated together. We were both 2012.
Did?
Yeah.
Well, okay. Fantastic. We got 26 seconds left. That's Cashin, by the way, trying to drive there a moment ago, and he picks up his first foul of the game for the Wildcats. So we count down the final seconds of the quarter. I'm going to stay here during the break and talk for a second about your experiences then there in high school. 14 seconds. Joey Benali has it knocked loose, but into the hands of his teammate for the jump shot, left side, Max Reed with the jumper. Final 4 seconds right here. Teagan, left side, got to release, got to shoot. Josiah at the buzzer. The shot is no good. Wildcats will take a 6-point lead into the fourth quarter coming up at the moment. Chinle getting it done by outscoring Page 12-4 in the quarter. Northland basketball is presented by Choice Broadband. Coach Mendoza is heated about something, and he has some words with the officials out there. And we'll get ready for the fourth quarter. Talking with Megan Moore. Megan, you can go ahead and leave that microphone right down there.
All right.
Okay, that's our normal, because we hear that microphone going back and forth, so you can leave it right there. Let's talk. So you graduated, your graduating year at Page was?
2012.
2012. You were classmates with Celeste Claw.
Yes, sir.
Did you play basketball?
I did not. Nope, I was a soccer player. It was the same season as basketball back then. Now it's not. But that was a fun year. That was when Justin got his first state title with Celeste. So.
And who else was the other guard on that team was? The other guard on that team was,
Mallory Williams. Amber So.
Amber Sloan?
So, yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Well, great team.
Oh, it was.
Okay.
Very good team.
I particularly loved how Celeste would do her hair, the red tint in the hair, the dye job, and that kind of stuff.
Half and half.
It was just awesome. It's just awesome. It was a great, I don't even know if it was intimidating or what it was, but it was just such a statement.
It was iconic. People were always talking, what is she going to do next? It was always something different.
Big time. So what was the energy level like around Page High School back in the day when all that was going on?
People were excited. We hadn't seen a state title in a while. We had gone to the championship game several times, but the title was the first in a while. So put a lot of energy into hyping the place up, and that's continued, and it's a fun place to be.
So going through that, experiencing that as a student, and knowing how big basketball is at Page High School, What did all of that do to kind of feed into the way that you approach your job as athletic director now with Paige?
Yeah, I never really understood it until I became a teacher and was in the adult shoes on campus. Because, as a student, I was a soccer player, so that was a competing time as basketball. And, basketball players, there's a lot of hype around it. But now coming back as an adult, it's so exciting to be a part of that. And so to be in this position, it's just so much fun. It's awesome to be able to elevate these kids and to show them off to the state and to, everybody who's watching.
I agree with that. Here's going to be a player control foul on Kyan Tate. Kyan got in there, he got a little aggressive, and he picked up his second foul of the game. A moment ago, you saw that beautiful assist from Josiah Harvey as he drew the defense and dumped it over the top to Cashin White for a pretty easy bucket. So now an 8-point difference, and finally here comes Tyree Stingley back into the game, and he's favoring, I think, that right leg. He's not moving with the greatest of ease right now as we watch Cashin White throw it away. Sand Devils take back over. So Tyree is back in. Shea Burbank is gonna guard him defensively, and we'll watch that matchup and see how Tyree moves. At the top, Orlandon Yazzie now on the angle. Max Reed, Orlandon on the right side. The guy guarding him is Cashin. Inside to Tyree and off the glass. Well, he looked pretty good right there.
And he's only a sophomore.
Yeah, that's got to make Sand Devil fans pretty excited about what's to come.
Absolutely.
I really think that there's a high possibility that he leads them to a state championship at some point.
Yeah.
So we get a timeout from Coach Mendoza. We'll take just a moment or two longer to talk. Well, Stingley is still limping his way to the bench. Take a moment or two to talk to Megan Moore, the athletic director for the Page Sand Devils. So here you are in the thick of the 3A North Region tournament. I know that you're all supporting the efforts of as you said, the home team athletic director, Lynette Lookenback, but you're all involved, you and Jamie Rowe from Tuba, the two young brothers, Stephen and Malcolm at Window Rock. April is helping out from Ganado. Everybody's involved here with events. So speak to the energy and just the weekend, what it all means to you guys as athletic directors, but the fans. And of course, we'd like to see all those fans coming out and spending the next couple of days here, spending tomorrow here, Championship Saturday at the tournament.
Yeah, I never really anticipated what a community it would bring me, being a part of the 3A North Athletic Director team. I'm very, very fortunate to get to work with the people that I get to work with every day. Not a lot of people understand what we do on a daily basis. So to get to spend some time around people who get the same amount of phone calls, same amount of emails, deal with the same thing day in and day out, it's just really, really awesome to have that community. And all of our fans, we're so passionate about what we do, and we want to shine a light on our communities and what our athletes are doing, and this is a perfect opportunity.
Also, I want to take a moment to say something that I don't think gets said or acknowledged nearly enough, because the person that we at the Sports Zone work most directly with when we provide our services and do our coverage, as we get a foul on Nolan McCormick right there, his third foul. The person that we interface with directly most often is the athletic director. So we develop these relationships. I think Derek, our producer, does a great job at handling that relationship for us. He's the first point of contact with you guys, and it always goes so well. At least I believe it does, because he handles it without me most of the time, and I appreciate the way that dynamic works so much for us and for the teams that we deal with. But what I don't know if the fans really appreciate is the intensity of the job of the athletic directors. I mean, we see what you're doing, you and the other athletic directors, the hours that you put in, the things that you do that can be so thankless at times. And I know you guys don't, there's no particular, negative sense from any of the athletic directors about it, but it is literally a job that most people don't know the hours that you put in, the sacrifices that are made, the amount of time that you and your fellow athletic directors spend out at the arenas. I mean, nobody stays longer than we do when we're done. We have such a large footprint of gear and equipment, things that we do. and the athletic directors are there hand in hand with us. And who knows how long it is before you get home, because I know it's late for us. But we thank you for that. But I also want to say, I don't think people really understand the life of an athletic director.
Yeah, I don't think I understood the life of athletic director either until I got into this role. We appreciate the acknowledgement, but we do this for the kids and for our communities and our schools. We have so much pride in who we are, and it's just an awesome opportunity to be able to work with other schools and other communities, and I don't think a lot of other positions in school districts get to do that. So I feel like we're in a very, very fortunate position, and I never thought I would spend so much time with my colleagues from other schools, and it's probably been a highlight of my job. So thank you for that. We really appreciate it, and we appreciate you all being out here and covering our kids and giving them some spotlight here.
Well, it's our privilege for sure. I mean, we feel extremely blessed to be involved in any way we can. There's a foul, by the way, on Orlando Yazzie right there. And that's going to put Josiah Harvey at the line. Before I let you go, let me give you one final word on the 3A North Region Tournament, how it's going, and what to look forward to tomorrow.
Yeah, everything is going really well. We're seeing some really good basketball. We were a little bummed our girls had to go home yesterday, but that's okay. We have a busy week ahead of us next week with our first round of playoffs. But we're going to see some really good basketball tonight with the Monument Valley Mustangs coming in as number 1, playing their 2 games tonight, and then some really good basketball tomorrow.
Great to have you.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks for dropping by as we get that foul shot good, and we'll talk to you again soon, okay?
Sounds good. Thank you.
Megan Moore is the athletic director for the Page Sand Devils, everybody. Thank you, Megan. And let's get to it. The final 4:24 remaining in this one here, this semifinal. A 7-point Wildcats lead right now. Tyree Stingley is back into the game out there. Tyree's going to miss on his move along that baseline.
Wildcats ball.
And it will go over to Chinle. Half the fourth quarter remains. Josiah Harvey up the floor. And Cashin White finds Tegan Hallwood. That was a beautiful transition. And the Wildcats exploiting the Sand Devils, and that's just something you don't often see, that they did not get back on defense. By the way, Tegan Hallwood's first points of the game. And there's more points for Tyree Stingley. Stingley's got now 10 points for the Sand Devils. 3:39 remaining. Well, how did that pass escape the defender? It's an assist for Josiah, and the basket for Delaney. Delaney's got 12 points to lead the way today in scoring for the Wildcats. Here comes the lob, and taken away by the Wildcats. Wildcats going to use some patience. I heard the word, 6 times from Coach Mendoza just now. Patience, he said. 13 on the shot clock. He wants to burn some clock. And his team is in front by 9. Wildcats, the 3 seed, trying to get to the championship tomorrow. Inside, and Bahi at the shot clock is going to try to get the shot away, but I don't think he got it. It doesn't matter. It's a shot clock violation, and Sand Devils get it back with 2:39 remaining. Well, the Sand Devils got to get a couple of quick shots and takeaways and try to get themselves a bit closer here in the next minute or two. And a Tegan Hallwood personal foul, his second of the game. Well, I'm not going to say that the turnaround here at the end of the game and the lead that the Wildcats have developed is all because of what happened to Tyree Stingley, but that's certainly a factor. Certainly a big factor. He left for a while. He was limping around, and when he got back, he was still limping around, and he's back out there, but his team is down by 9. And we're going to grab a timeout. This word from Holbrook Family Dentistry here in this fourth period. They will bring you a chance to win tomorrow. You get to possibly win a Phoenix Suns Devin Booker jersey. That will be tomorrow. We also have a pair of Phoenix Suns tickets for February 14th, Valentine's Day. You can go watch the Suns and Kevin Durant and Devin Booker. How does that sound? Back with more in a moment. Northland basketball presented by Choice Broadband.
Holbrook Family Dentistry is a proud partner of Sports Zone Radio's Northland basketball. They've been serving Holbrook and the surrounding area since 2000, and they cheer for all our local teams and love it when the North succeeds. Holbrook Family Dentistry's 3 dentists are all general dentists from our local area, so they can perform most type of procedures in-house. They pride themselves on their ethics and kindness and genuinely love working with the communities of Northern Arizona. Come see us at Holbrook Family Dentistry on Iowa Street in Holbrook or call 928-524-6854.
Kyan Tate with the 1-and-1. The shot is no good. And the Wildcats have it. And we'll see if the Wildcats can effectively milk some more clock right here. 2:14 left. The give and go to Teagan in the corner. Shea Burbank for 3, and that shot is just a bit off the mark. Rebound Kyan Tate. Well, Shea Burbank, the younger brother of the great Cooper Burbank, who got a little love on the chat a moment ago. There's the miss by Delaney, but the follow is good for Josiah. That's a big, big shot. 11-point Wildcats lead. In a minute 42 remaining. Looking a lot like the Wildcats are headed to the championship tomorrow night. Josiah commits the personal foul right there. That is his 4th foul of the game.
Wildcats 9th team foul. In the bonus.
So in a minute 39, as you look at Josiah right there, he and Delaney Bahi, Teagan Hallwood, Shea Burbank, and Cashin White to close it out for the Wildcats. There is a miss and a rebound. Rebound Wildcats. Well, I mean, you know, the Sand Devils cannot afford to be missing those foul shots and those big moments like that. They have left potentially 4 points on the table. There's Nolan's 4th foul. Nope, sorry, 5 fouls on McCormick. Jimmy Alvarez has to replace him. A minute 26 left here. Next game up, how about number 1, Monument Valley? The Mustang girls team is going to take on the Chinle Lady Wildcats coming up next. Teagan with the foul shot. It's good. Well, guys, start thinking about Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game. Hallwood with the foul shot there. All Teagan's points, all 4 of the points that he scored today have come in the 4th quarter. And there is an offensive foul. Shea Burbank took a shoulder from Tyree, and that's the 4th of the game on Tyree.
That's his 4th. Sand Devils 18th foul, non-shooting foul, Wildcats ball.
Wildcat bench calling for patience out there from the guys. And a push by Jimmy Alvarez from behind on a pass coming into Josiah, so that'll put Josiah at the line. 1-and-1 coming up.
His 2nd. Sand Devils 9th team foul. In the bonus. Josiah Harvey shooting away.
Josiah did not make the foul shot, and Orlando Yazzie is going to come aggressively into the paint, and it is Shea Burbank's 5th foul. Shea tried to take a charge. The official, on a delayed decision, decides to call this a block. Let's watch that again. I want to see that angle again there. Well, here's a good angle. It's a pretty good job by Shea right there. I mean, I don't know. Did he get there? Was he there in establishing position? Sure looked like it. And the official had to make a call. You know, I mean, that's a tough one. And he goes with the blocking call. So Shea is out of the game. And another miss at the free throw line for the Sand Devils. That one's going to go in the hard way. Orlando Yazzi's had a pretty good game, but that's the first point that he scored in the second half. He's got 11 points. That leads the Sand Devils scoring. Both teams, great defense today. Bahi. The head fake, the dribble in, the easy basket. And pretty much at this point, Sand Devils have conceded the victory to the Wildcats. 47-33. Closer than that difference right there, but maybe not a lot closer. This one today, a good win for the Wildcats. Inbound, Alvarez. I think got the shot somehow. He's going to get a three-point play chance right here. Harvey just fouled out of the game. And while you don't want to foul out of the game, 31 seconds left and a 12-point lead. That's going to be all right. He gets, Justaya gets a round of applause from the Wildcat fans, and we'll see if Jimmy can make it a three-point play. And he does. Orlandon checks out. Bryce Williams comes in for the final half a minute of the game. How about the Sports Zone Radio player of the game, guys, today? High point man, Delaney Bahi with 14. Cashin has 11. Justaya has 11. So those are the guys in the scoring column. Tegan Hallwood has only 4 points, but Tegan's done some things today as well that merit consideration, I think. And there he is, mixing it up to those Sand Devils. Jump ball. Wildcats get it. Shea Burbank, I think, is, you know, should get some consideration.
Timeout, Chinle.
But I mean, nobody had the you know, the overwhelming game. So I don't think it's obvious. We got to determine though who the Sports Zone Radio player of the game. That's brought to you by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. So let's see if you guys are ready to vote. Derek, are you ready to vote on the player of the game? You got this guy? Okay, all right. That's not a bad choice. Josiah Harvey. Got somebody else voting for Delaney Bahi on the crew. So we got a vote for Josiah, got a vote for Delaney. There's another vote for Delaney. Is that another vote for Delaney? We're getting votes. Who do you got? Who do you got? Who? This or this? It's down to Delaney or Josiah. I'm asking the guys working the clock and working the board. I'm trying to distract them. I'm trying to get them all messed up. I don't know. I'm trying to get people's votes. I'm going to turn around and ask the crowd here in a second. Inbound to Tegan. Next dead ball, we get one. I think we'll get one. Kyan Tate shadowing Tegan into front court. 7 seconds left. Yeah, Sand Devils going to let him play it out. That's good. That's a good move. Time expires. 47-36, the victory for the Sand Devils.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final score, the Page Sand Devils 36 and the Chinle Wildcats 47.
What a win for Chinle. I don't know, maybe ask Coach what he thinks. What's Coach think? Because it's a little bit. We got a few Josiah votes. We got a few Delaney votes. I don't want to cast the final vote here unless I absolutely have to. So Derek's over there asking Coach Mendoza for his thoughts on the matter.
Tomorrow evening at 7 o'clock.
We're going to get that for you. A little controversy. It's not the easiest decision to make.
Wildcats of Chinle taking on the Mustangs of Monument Valley. Got
that big girls game coming up in a bit. Finally get to see the #1 seeds So it looks like Josiah Harvey is going to be our Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game, everybody. Could have been Josiah, could have been Delaney, could have been Tegan. And it's going to be the big guy. The big guy with the great shorts is going to get it today. Let me mic you up a little bit, Josiah. We're not going to get to do the video again. We're going to take us a minute, okay, to get ready. But you're here, so I'll just say hi. Hey, great game, man. Congratulations.
Yeah.
How'd that one feel?
It felt great. Felt great. Felt hard.
Good deal. Good deal. That's a great matchup, I tell you. Fun for us, I promise you that. Just hang in there a moment. We'll get some video set up and going. All right, you ready for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you are. You're ready for prime time. All right, let's do this, everybody. Hey, back in here at Chinle High School, the Wildcat Den, and game action continues behind us all out there as we get ready for an upcoming girls game. But let's recap the boys' finish in this semifinal of this 2023 3A North Region Basketball Tournament. Coverage presented by Choice Broadband. Now joining us after Chinle has defeated Page in a boys' contest is the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game presented by White Mountain Regional Medical Center. This is Josiah Harvey, and we welcome him in. Josiah, congratulations on this win.
Thank you.
Well, the Wildcats, you guys, it came to play.
Yeah.
You really did. And this was a great game. Defensive struggle out there. Tell us about it. I mean, it was heated. It was intense. Guys flying around. Great defense both sides of the ball.
It was amazing. Coach told us to, go half court because we usually run out of breath. But we played hard out there, played our defense, ran what we had to run, what Coach told us to. And, just got the job done.
Tell us about, having to take on a team with an inside presence like Tyree Stingley. I mean, that guy's got the reach. He's a great defender. He's got good low post moves on offense. Tell us about the challenge.
We had to double team him as he got into the post because we know that's what he's strongest at. And we help on the weak side, make sure we get two on him if he gets the ball inside. And other than that, we just play defense, And most of our defense are around him, revolve around him when we go against Page. So, yeah.
Josiah, this win for your team, it highlighted all the things that we know about the Wildcats. We know that you've got a great low post guy in Cashin White. We know that you've got some great guards in Tegan and Delaney. And Delaney had a great game, led the team in scoring with 14. We also know that you are kind of the hybrid player. You can go down low if you need to. You step outside a little bit. Defensively, it was interesting, the assignments today. I didn't expect to see the way the assignments worked out for Coach Mendoza, but they worked out for a victory. Yeah. But tell us about your team and the prospects. You're going to play in the championship tomorrow. How you feel about where the team is right now?
I feel like we're ready. We're ready for what's coming up, either between Monument Valley or Tuba City. Whoever wins there, we're just going to play our heart out, come here what to do what we have to do, and battle hard. Because we really need a dub. Yeah.
How do you feel about the tournament? Pretty good?
Pretty good.
A lot of fun?
Fun and, a lot of people out here. I enjoy the fans coming out here, too. And a lot of competition, We're playing for a championship right now for the regional, so we got to battle hard.
Can't beat this energy, can you? This is good stuff right here at the Wildcat Den. Hey, good to see you. Congratulations on the victory. You are the Sports Zone Radio's Player of the Game, man. Enjoy the T-shirt, okay?
Thank you.
All right, there's Josiah Harvey. He and the Wildcats have defeated the Page Sand Devils. Final score, 47-36. We've got a brief break here between games. We'll end this broadcast, everybody, like we normally do, in the video, and start a whole new one. So we invite you to make sure you catch us again here in just a few moments. Catch us outside in just a few moments, because we got this one coming up. No, I don't mean cash us outside. Not like that. We got the next big game coming up, a girls game. Number 1, Monument Valley, going to take on number 4, Chinle. Those are the seedings for the tournament, not the state rankings. But these teams are highly ranked nonetheless. And what a game we have in store. Thanks to our great sponsoring partners. Help us get it done. Great people like Sholo Ford and Holbrook Family Dentistry for the help from Mountain Mobile Auto Glass and and Tint and White Mountain Regional Medical Center that brought you the Sports Zone Radio Player of the Game a moment ago, Josiah Harvey. And a great game for he and the guys in a win over the Sand Devils, 47-36. Of course, we couldn't say thank you enough to our presenting sponsors of Northland basketball. That is Choice Broadband. Without them, it just simply could not be done. So big thank you to the great team at Choice Broadband. And to my team, our team here at Simmons Media and the Sports Zone, our producer, Derek Simmons, our technical director, Julio K. On camera in this one, Leonard Keone Jr., and great help as well. More camera work provided by Jessica K. For the entire crew, I am Floyd Simmons saying thanks for joining us. God bless you, everybody. Do plan to tune in the next broadcast in just a couple of moments from the Wildcat Den. Look for it because we'll get it going in maybe 2 or 3 minutes. All righty? All righty. Congratulations to the Chinle boys. And we'll see you in just a moment, everybody.
This has been Northland Basketball, an exclusive presentation of Sports Zone Radio. Listen online at sportszone123.com and download the Sports Zone Radio app for your smartphone and listen wherever you go. Join us again for the next broadcast of Northland Basketball.